What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to another edition of Sooner Surge Double Trouble. Appreciate you guys being on here. We already see a comment in the chat. We'll get to that in just a second. Crystal, thanks for joining us. Uh, before we get started, make sure you have subscribed to our channel. A lot of content being dropped. We actually just dropped a post-game thought video on the Sooners getting the big win against the Central Michigan Chippewas in basketball tonight, opening up the season. So, let's get right into it, though, Jay. We want to talk about what you guys want to talk about, our viewers. So, you guys are going to guide the conversation with your comments. And Hunter, our producer, will be rolling those up here. Appreciate Hunter. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Thank you, Hunter. And let's get right started into this.
Hey, Easton.
Easton, I'm at Chick-fil-A every day that ends in Y, okay? Which Chick-fil-A would that have been? Glenpool or Bigsby? High chance I was there.
Yeah, you live there 3 times a day, twice a day. What is it?
I'm there a lot, Easton. Next time I'm in there, hit me up. We'll have a little chat. Let's talk about this tiebreaker because I've seen many things talk about OUs can backdoor their way into this. Okay, yeah. And Easton, I was at the Glenpool one tonight, so yes, I'm in there all the time. Here, Hunter's already posted the kind of tiebreaker here in the chat for your guys' pleasure, as they would say at Chick-fil-A, my pleasure. It's been Hunter's pleasure to roll that in the chat for us here. And I don't think the CFP playoff rankings matter until like the very end.
It'll be determined before that probably.
It should be, yeah.
But there's still a lot that can change on that. I mean, you got Kansas State that plays. You got Iowa State, Kansas State, Iowa State, Texas this week. And let's face it, Big 12 is going to do everything they can to keep OU and Texas out of that thing. That would be their dream scenario. OSU versus Kansas or Iowa State would be their dream scenario.
Oh, for sure. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us again. I hope everything's going okay with your brother.
Hey, how about the basketball team tonight? Looked good.
Basketball team looked good. Yeah, I saw that, Easton.
I don't believe that.
It doesn't matter. He got
tackled. Did anybody see the video that came out today of Brent Venables' 15-yard penalty?
There has to be something talked about on this.
He didn't do anything. Kirby Smart literally runs on the field every play.
Eddie Radosevich, I think it was, also posted the Mike Gundy video where he's out there just throwing a fit. Nothing but on the Venables, when they literally, as soon as he said a word, the ref just chunked the flag. I don't know, Sooner fan. Overrated. Here's what I would say on that. And I like what you say. There's no real deep threat since Anthony's gone. But look, I would like to see Gibson, Anderson, and Stoops as the three. I would like to see more of Gibson. However you can, you got to find more of Gibson, I think.
I agree. He's a physical guy you got on the team. He needs to be playing. And also Pettaway. I'm ready to see Pettaway a little bit. Are you not? I mean, that's all he talked about in the offseason. He's not getting any run at all.
There is talk, believe and be saved, that they can use Stutzman and Kip together, though.
Yeah, I think that's what they would do if Stutzman was healthy. But I don't know if he's healthy. He got screwed out of not making the semifinals of the Butkus. To not make the semifinals, are you kidding me? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Trap House, you're dead right. Horrible call. And is it because Venables has a history of kind of being energetic and yelling on the side? What is that? I mean, or is it just the Big 12 being stupid? He didn't even give him a chance. He just threw the flag.
Jay, why was there no sideline warning? Automatic, right there. Automatic call.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Gibson, to me, has earned – here's the thing. Gibson has earned the right to play. He's got over his non-ability to catch yips that he had last year. He's made so many highlight reel plays, and he can't seem to find the field. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's the question of the weekend has always been the positions and the personnel choices that Levy's making. It's not getting. Did you hear any of Brent Venables tonight at Rudy's?
I did not. What stood out to you on that, Jay?
Well, they asked him about the 4th down call, and he said that's not Drake's fault. We have a Rolodex full of plays we could call better than that one.
Wow. Did you guys hear that? And what's interesting is
he defended Levy. He defended Levy after the game. But
after the game, he defended Levy. Tonight, according to that, he is not. And I don't, Trap House, why on earth was, I got two things for you, Trap House, not just Smothers. Why was Barnes coming in for one play when Sawchuk and Walker are fine? And Jay, the other thing is this: Smothers, like I know what they're doing. They're going to do the flare route to him, and they did it once. But you can do that with the other guys. Sawchuk can run, man.
Well, Jeremy, the whole thing with Smothers, I think going into the game, their thought was Todd Williams 50%, because on that run he scored on, he was limping. He still made it in the end zone.
But the second half, he wasn't.
Okay, but I think they were going in thinking it was going to be Sawchuk and Barnes, and then Barnes fumbled it, and they said, "You're not going back in." Which, are you going to? I mean, that's pretty hard.
He didn't just fumble. He picked the ball up and was playing hot potato. He didn't know what to do with it, dude. Like, seriously?
Hey,
he can't play.
The injury thing has to be addressed. It kills off.
Penalized. You got to throw a penalty for that.
No, I think you got to. If they go out of the game for they got to sit out the rest of the drive, or at least the series. I mean, at least the series till it's a first down. You can't just have them skipping one play and coming right back into the game. I mean,
that is the thing. I mean, you're right, Hunter. How do you enforce it? Because then you're dealing with the ethical thing of injury. So you're right. That was a bad take by me. I jumped the ball on that. You can't just penalize it, but there's got to be something addressed.
You got to sit out the series at least.
Hey, I actually know someone who basically has said that sometimes the coaches will tell the trainers and stuff to just take your time out there, act like it's whatever. But yeah, hey, there was a comment here, Hunter, and I don't remember where it was. Oh, about maybe it was like a co-OC. Here it is. Yeah. In my opinion, the guy, look, you just saw Colorado do something like this. They kind of move the duties from Sean Lewis. Here's the thing. They have a guy on staff, OU does, who runs an air raid offense, runs some nice running back screens, has coached at Arizona as the OC, North Carolina as the OC, Indiana under Kevin Wilson as the OC, has done it all. And that's Seth Luttrell. I think he could be the guy.
Yeah, but that's not changing this year, though, Jeremy.
It could.
It's not. Wake up, dude. Wake up. What you think they're going to pull Levy's play calling duties this year? That's insane.
Probably not. If they're to have another debacle,
it's not happening, dude.
Probably not, Jay.
It's not. Now, next year,
I'm going to raise a question to everyone on here because it's a question we've had within the Sooner Surge text thread, guys. And look, we're just a bunch of dudes who talk sports, okay? Our Sooner Surge text threads gets in arguments all the time, but let me ask you guys this. And Lori says, bring on Seth Luttrell now. I really think he would be awesome. He averaged over 30 points a game everywhere he's been, which is better than what Levy has done. But listen, do you think you can play you think Jackson Arnold should play 1 or 2 series a game from here on out just to get some work in before the SEC? Just 1 or 2 series a game. I'm not saying bench Gabriel. I'm just saying 1 or 2 series. In the heat of the moment, when maybe the game isn't just 40 points to nothing, just so he can get a little work. Crystal doesn't think Jackson Arnold would follow Levy to Rice. It depends on who it is. Hey, and the Willie Corn, yeah, you're right.
Jeremy, Jeremy.
Jay, Ray really likes your Willie Corn prediction.
Yeah, I saw it. Appreciate it, Ray. Hey, I agree. I see what you're saying with Jackson Arnold, but I just don't think they're going to do it unless Gabriel gets injured. I just don't think they're going to bring that.
Easton says
okay,
no.
Let me throw a scenario out there.
Trap House says yes.
I understand reps are needed, but what could it backfire if you go out there and Levy calls crap plays and he looks bad?
He calls crap plays now. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying it could backfire on you if it's not good, is all I'm saying.
Richard is a Sooner Surge Unlimited member, so I'm going to give him special privileges. I think his absolutely means even more.
Hey,
so there you go, Richard.
Jeremy,
thank you, bud.
Jeremy, I know we kind of have the same opinion on Gabriel. So, we both think Arnold's way better. Arm quarterback, he's going to be a way better quarterback than Gabriel. But
hey, what is and I agree with Trap House on needing some kind of spark. Sometimes.
Hey, what about the Unity uniform? Is that the spark?
Who?
The Unity uniforms this week.
Maybe. Eileen, we all agree. We hate not having an H back. We hate not having an H-back. I absolutely hate it. Hey, what was the comment up there earlier, Hunter, about, it was asking about how many do we need some of the other teams to lose. You got to have Texas lose one game. Thanks, Hunter. Corey, yeah, thanks for this,
And
Corey.
Kansas lose one.
Kansas got to lose one. Texas has to lose one.
That's it.
OU wins out. OU's in. Texas could lose to Iowa State on the road. Kansas could lose at home to K-State. And then it'd be, and listen, I know people are like, stop talking about OU in the Big 12 title game. Look, I'm here for it. If it happens, great. And you know why? I'm done with the OSU fan. That maybe they didn't win the last Bedlam. Okay, maybe they didn't.
But that would be great. But I'm not counting on that.
I'm not counting on it either. You got to beat West Virginia.
OU needs to win out for their own sake going into the SEC. You can't struggle down the stretch here and have a season go to pot because you lost a couple games. You got to man up, bow up, play the best players. If that is Jackson Arnold, I mean, then yeah, maybe he does get some run. I don't know. I don't know at this point. I do think Iowa State could beat Texas. Now, listen, that game. I think that game's at 7 p.m. in Cyclone Country. It's going to be wild out there. It could be cold. Malik Murphy, hasn't started a whole lot of games. They could definitely lose that game.
Timothy thinks one series would be pretty good.
It depends, though. If they go out there and they're running the stupid Wildcat with him, it's a waste.
Oh, I agree. You got to let him sling the ball around. Jackson says OU doesn't deserve to be in the
I don't care if you don't deserve it or not. I'd still take it, Jackson.
I'll still take it. They don't deserve it right now.
Hey, Jeremy,
Jay Jones thinks that, and I'm going to agree with Jay, not you, Jay. Jay Jones. This Jay. The true and better Jay here. Who says that next season, getting him reps is critical. And here's the thing. They played Arnold early in the year, 3-4 games.
Not really played him. It was the Wildcat stuff.
No, he slung the ball around when they had the lead.
A couple times he did. And hey,
they did it to get him reps in case DG got hurt. I get it.
I will say this. The arm strength it's not even close. Not even close.
Are you saying 13 to 15 plays? What are you saying, Hunter, on 13 to 15? Series on the year?
That's what Arnold is, 13 for 15.
Okay, yeah, 13 out of 15 guys, sick. Hey,
and
Mike.
One of those incompletions on that trick play they ran at TU down by the end zone, stupid play.
Yeah, Mike, I'm all for Kanik at H-back. You got to have a different coordinator because Levy doesn't run an H-back, but I think Kanik would be great as an H-back.
Well, and I watched some more of the game again today, some replays and film and stuff.
What is wrong with you, dude?
Because there was a couple plays that DG just totally missed guys. I mean, just totally missed them wide open. And it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating that I just think, and I said this the other day, has Levy made DG look better than DG is?
I don't know. I think everyone knows what he is, but here's the deal. What Trap House's point here is something I mentioned earlier, Jay, on our text thread. Gibson, in my opinion, if there's a guy leaving after this year who might not be happy, and I am not speculating, I'm just saying, you got to get Gibson some run, and it'd be nice to get him some run with the guy who's going to be the quarterback next year, some.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Why is Gibson and Anderson not on the field together?
Why are the guys that played early on in the year and made plays not playing?
Go back to last year, Jeremy. They did the same thing last year. Like Jeff Levy did on offense. He played guys early in the year, and then we're like, oh, these guys might get some run this year. And then when the season got into the Big 12 play, it's like they totally went away from all those guys. And it's the same thing now.
Sooner fan, do you think that Kanik is being misused at linebacker, that he should be playing somewhere else like Cheetah? I'm just curious what Sooner fan thinks. I think you guys know my opinion on it. And
next year,
Clark D says we need to get J.A. some playing time. This year, the backup is Booty, right?
Next year is Michael Hawkins.
Michael Hawkins.
And Timothy says, yeah, BYU and TCU, if you can't get Jackson Arnold. Hey, is there any confidence, though, Timothy, or whoever put that OU's going to pull away from any of these teams? Because they did at UCF. They won by 2 points, whatever it was. I mean, what gives y'all confidence Hey, West Virginia's won 2 in a row, and Garrett Green OU struggled against him last year. If you don't forget.
Is that number 10 right there? Jackson Arnold. There he is. Hey, Booty does not travel. That's right. Does not travel.
Booty travels.
Did you say? All right. Okay. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Anyway, before we continue on, again, thanks so much for being on here. Let's keep this rolling. Booty Satin, Hunter section in Stillwater, he says. Yeah, busy making underwear commercials, getting paid a lot more than I am, probably. Thanks, Crystal,
Appreciate it, Crystal.
much. Appreciate you, Crystal.
Thanks, Crystal.
I would say, man, okay, that's a great question, Crystal, because size-wise, Jay, Landry Jones.
Landry Jones.
Size-wise, I think Landry Jones.
Nate Hibble. Nate Hibble as well.
Yeah, I think he's far more athletic than both of those guys. I think he's probably got the arm strength of easily both of those guys. He's got the arrogance and the cockiness of Baker Mayfield.
I think arm strength, he's got, you'd think when just pure arm talent like Spencer Rattler, Caleb Williams, he's right up there with them, is he not?
He's 6'1", 214. About Blake Bell size too, but much better thrower than Blake Bell was.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and Jeremy, we've all watched him warm up. Like even the wide receiver screens, which we hate, the ball gets out so much faster. It's Jeremy, tell us about the little comparison you did that you sent in the group chat today.
Oh, yeah. I think this is interesting, guys. And Jackson hasn't played a snap yet. He's played plenty of snaps. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's played plenty.
He's talking about Arnold or Hawkins, maybe. Maybe Jackson's talking about Hawkins. Hey, 6'1" on a good day? Who? Dylan? You talking about Gabriel or Arnold? Arnold's 6'1".
No, I think he's talking about Arnold.
I think Arnold's every bit of 6'1". So, guys, here's the comparison.
Belldozer was 6'6", Jeremy.
Huh?
Belldozer was a lot bigger.
I think he was 6'3".
As Timothy said.
Hey, listen. The comparison was I watched a video of, and you're right, started a game. The TU throw to Nick Anderson. Thank you so much, Tanya.
Appreciate it, Tanya.
So much, man. Appreciate you. The Nick Anderson touchdown against Tulsa, Jay. You guys all know the play when Arnold came in and threw a freaking dot down the sideline to Nick Anderson, who had a step on the receiver. From the time the ball left Jackson Arnold's hand, 3 seconds till Nick Anderson touched it. I went and watched 7 deep balls that Dylan Gabriel's thrown. Some to Farouk, some to Anderson, 1 to Brennan Thompson, maybe it was 2 to Thompson. From the time the ball left Dylan Gabriel's hand, average was 5 seconds. Some were 6 seconds. That's 2 seconds longer than a defensive back has to recover. Because, guys, let's face it, the receivers have him beat.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy, were those the same distance throws about?
They're all about the same, similar distances is what I was looking at. And, guys, the Jackson Arnold throw against TU, he got hammered right when he threw it. He had pressure on him.
Yeah, but he makes it look really easy. The thing with Gabriel, though, that I've never understood is he still waits a while to throw it when he knows the arm strength. If you're going to underthrow it, you got to throw it earlier so you're not underthrowing it, right? I mean, throw it so you can't get it down there. You got to throw it earlier. So,
hey, Hunter, maybe you can look this up because I know Belldozer now as a tight end is huge. I didn't know. I thought he was 6'3", 6'4", but at OU he wasn't 250. OU he was probably only about 215.
And you're right, Ray. He is unproven. Jackson Arnold is, but I think everybody sees the talent there. And hey,
let me ask you guys.
I promise you, guys. And Trap House is 100% correct. 100% correct.
I did not know he was 259 his last season, but he played tight end his last season.
Hey, Trap House is correct. He's got the intangibles, but he doesn't have the tools. And you can see it with his height. And listen, Saturday night, it's a night game. It's getting dark at 5:30 now. Game kicks at 6. It'll be dark. Lights will be on. If there's any struggle by the offense, you know what that home crowd's going to be doing.
I hope they don't. I mean, that's just not good.
If they struggle offensively,
they're going to be booing Levy off the Hunter. They're going to be booing Levy, but I don't think they love DG. Look, DG.
Jeremy, I know they love DG, but I'm just saying they will. Action Jackson, as Sooner fans said. It'll happen just because they love backup quarterbacks and they love the young, talented guys. And he's a stud quarterback. They're gonna. And Lori says she doesn't like DG. Lori's just coming out and saying it.
Look,
Lori always says what she feels.
I like DG. I think Trap House summarized it the best. He has great intangibles. You know, he's a calm guy to be around. He's a gamer. He'll go tough. He'll stick his head down. He'll carry a guy a couple yards, but the tools in some areas, progression and arm strength, it just maybe isn't there. I mean, not maybe.
But at the same time, if Levy wasn't calling the plays in the last two games and they were doing something a lot different, they're probably still undefeated with Dylan Gabriel.
Possibly, yes. Hey, left-handed quarterbacks, Corey, are not it. Let's face that. I like that comment.
Look, who's the best left-handed quarterback to ever play in the NFL?
Boomer Esiason. Right? Steve Young. Steve Young was good.
Really good. You know who was really good? Mike Vick. So Sooner, sir, I was getting ready to say that, Hunter.
Hey, he was maybe the only strong arm. Boomer had a pretty strong arm. Hey, I'll tell you one awful one at OU. Jay, do you know it?
What, a left-handed?
Yes, awful. Awful.
OU. Oh, Eric Moore?
Eric Moore. Wow. Awful. That was the John Blake era. Sorry, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about Bruno. Hey, we don't talk about John Blake era.
Let me do a comparison, though. Is this offense right now with Jeff Levy and the personnel decisions and the snap issues, 9 games into the year, the fall starts, it's almost about as unorganized as some of those teams offensively, is it not? There's no way in game 9 you should be regressing offensively. It shouldn't be happening, especially playing, Jeremy, the 3 worst defenses in the league.
I agree.
They just played them.
And
other
yes,
than maybe BYU.
Braden mentioned Josh Heupel. Mike mentioned it. Yes, we did win a natty that year, but
Stabler.
If you remember, the national championship was 13-2. They struggled in Stillwater. Now he made huge plays. He made some big time throws. Okay, but and I think he's very similar to DG. Neither one of them has great arm strength. Heupel was a little bit taller.
Hey, is it fair to say that this offense has played one great half since SMU?
Hey, I do remember. Yeah, you're correct, Jay. Kenny Stabler. I remember Stabler. Now, I didn't watch him because I was born in the 70s.
Wow, Sooner fan.
Hey, I don't think
Gabriel's not coming back.
Gabriel's not coming back. I think there's a secret clause that they're saying you'll play this year, but you're not coming back next year. Maybe it's not. It's almost like it's an unwritten rule, don't you think?
I don't know, but in Coconut,
he can come back.
Thanks, Coconut, for joining us again. Yeah, Dave Klingler was a lefty. That's a good one, Timothy. But he was right with I can't remember what it was here. OU offense making this many mistakes this late in the year. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling.
It is.
How do you have 3 false starts on wide receivers?
There were some communication issues on Saturday. Hey, it's NFL Draft Sooner fan or his business ventures. He's not going to transfer. He's not going to go anywhere else. He's going to go try to be in the NFL, probably hold a clipboard somewhere, maybe make a lot of money too, and be a backup quarterback. But because I think he'll probably be drafted in the 6th or 7th round.
Yeah, Trap House, you're either coaching it or allowing it. It's dead right. It's baffling to me how you can be 9 games in the season, have this many penalties, this many personnel issues with who you're playing.
He's not coming back.
I don't know of one team in college football other than Oklahoma playing 4 running backs in a single game. They just played 4 running backs.
Probably would have played 5 had Hicks been available.
Major wasn't even available.
What? Jay, I've said it. I agree with you 100%. Okay, I think his arm strength is too bad. I mean, but I still think he's going to get drafted somehow. Notre Dame, he's not going anywhere else.
No, I think he's saying maybe Notre Dame played 4 running backs, and their offense struggled.
This new Tua is interesting. I think he's more of a product of the Mike McDaniel's situation and complex in schemes than he is of being an elite quarterback. But remember, Tua did a lot better things than DG has in in college.
Yeah, and the encroachment call by Farouk, there was also the play, which, guys, this has to be on DG. When Farouk's waving his arms, he doesn't know the play, and we just snap it. And he wasn't set. Like, the quarterback, you have to make sure everybody's set before you snap the ball. You can't just get up there and snap it, and you can't assume your receivers. And you could tell Farouk was frustrated. He didn't know the play. He's waving his arms, and he wasn't set. I mean,
some communication issues.
Now, Raym, I think Raym can come back. I may be wrong on that, but I thought Raym was coming.
Crystal, we'll give you this take. Better record under Rattler. I'd say about the same, honestly.
I think they might be undefeated with Rattler.
Maybe one loss. I think they at least have a loss.
Rattler could. I think Lincoln screwed Rattler mentally. I think talent-wise,
they were undefeated when he got pulled. They were undefeated, Jay. He hadn't lost the game.
And they probably do have one loss. You're probably right. They probably have one loss with Rattler. He makes some mistakes. He turns the ball all over a lot still. So,
yeah.
What about Raym, though, if he doesn't come back? Is it then you got the center, you got Taylor probably going to take over?
Raym's coming back, and guys, Raym honestly has been great this year.
Well, his snap, he's had issues with snap last 2 games.
The last 2 games, he's had a couple. He was great all year, though. His blocking's been really good.
It's been better than it's been in the years past, but.
Wait, Tanner Schaefer on the sideline, Jay?
Yeah, I mean.
You talked about Tanner Schaefer.
Yeah. I don't know. Guys, I don't know if Levy were to leave next year, I don't know if they go within the program. I kind of think they go externally. I think it's hard. It's hard. This is the deal. If it was not Jeff Levy and this was just a guy from like California or whatever, it's not part of OU, would it be easier to let him go?
I'm sure it would be, Jay. But hey, Timothy, I don't know if you, and I know what you're talking about. I watched a high school, it was like a camp video, or it was on ESPN that had the coverage. He was an absolute arrogant, cocky punk. And if he wasn't playing for OU, I would have hated him. Just hated that. But he was going to OU. So I was like, wow, this guy's kind of super arrogant. I kind of like the swagger, but kind of, I guess you'd say he didn't live up to that, really. Even at South Carolina, has not. Raym is solid at just building continuity up front.
That was the first game the other day against OSU where they played pretty much the same 5, which at the offensive line, you have to keep it with 5 people. You can't be subbing in there all the time. You got to have chemistry, man. And
Rattler was on QB1.
The one I'm worried about losing is Guyton. I think he's going pro.
Yeah, Guyton's going to go pro. Hey, we got to get whoever just said that one about DG's demeanor, Jay. I'm gonna let you take this one because you talked to me about this. You talked to me about this today, Jay. Take it.
Okay, yeah. I watched his interview today, Coconut Greg. I watched it after the game Saturday, and I'll say this: I'm in agreement with you on that, and the fact that as I was watching it, it's a very defeated Dylan Gabriel. Kind of like, well, I don't know what we're going to do now. It's almost like, well, we'll see if we show up on Saturday. And then you watch that, and then you watch the Drake Stoops interview, and Drake Stoops like, I got plenty to play for. I'm working my tail off. Like, totally different vibe. Did y'all get the same vibes that me and Coconut Greg did? You're muted.
Sorry, you said that. Yeah, Stoops was just fired up and had a lot of emotion, passion, and DG. And the thing is, who's the leader of the offense? I still say it's Drake Stoops. It probably shouldn't be. It should be a quarterback, but thank you, Sooner fan. I agree.
Hey, Drake Stoops is going to go down as one of the most beloved Sooners to ever play. He had you know what's sad? You know what's sad is he had the game of his career. I mean, unbelievable game on Saturday in the last Bedlam, and nobody's going to talk about it anymore because they lost that game. Like I'm saying down the road, like it was an unbelievable game. They couldn't even stay within a couple of yards of him running routes. He put on a clinic, dude.
Well, it's definitely not his last season to play football. Dude's going to make a lot of money Yeah, I think Dalpois, a jet sweep is our identity right now.
Yeah. I still don't know of many teams throwing less than 3 yards in Oklahoma.
So what is leading to the defeated attitude? Obviously, the 2 losses is bad. Okay.
I think, here's what I think.
But there's more than that.
No, I think, listen, I honestly do think after Texas, all the hype, Dylan Gabriel had a game-winning drive. Danny Stutzman's on national TV with Pat Mack. I really think they thought, well, we should be able to win out. We should be able to win out now. That was our toughest test. And now you slip up twice, and now you have that defeated attitude like, crap, we just lost 2 games. I don't know where to go from here. I didn't – even DG, I think, said something tonight like, I just didn't expect that the last 2 weeks. Like, it's almost like, well, I mean, that's 3 weeks in a row, really, because UCF should have had them beat.
Jay,
Guys, it's not the same team. They're not playing with the
Dylan Gabriel, if they wouldn't have had the elite drive, which was led by Dylan Gabriel against Texas, they almost lost 4 straight.
Well, and they have had so many close games. I mean, last year and this year. And Venables is 2-7 in the close games. It's almost like Coconut Greg, I don't think he listens to outside noise.
No, I don't think he does.
I think it's more of the fact that I kind of think DG kind of presses a little bit. And
Jay, I agree. I also think that DG wears his heart on his sleeve. Like, I do think he allows maybe, and that's not I'm not discrediting the guy. I'm not saying that's weak. I'm saying I think he cares a lot about this season, and he knows that it's not been what he thought it would be.
Well, in your final season, you're going 7-0. You just beat Texas. I think in your mind, mentally, he's got to think, man, we're in great shape right now. But to slip up Jay, 2 games, in both games, they had a chance to win going at the last drive. So,
hey, but again, Jay, and you know what? Maybe the most disturbing, awful, worst part of the whole deal, all after a bye week. Every bit of this was after a bye week.
Yeah.
Something happened during the bye week, like rat poison, people say, reading all the stuff. I don't know. But what is letting kill his confidence? I don't know.
Well, that's a good point, Timothy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a great point. He's not getting hit a lot. He's not getting hit a lot. The O-line did a really good job on Saturday protecting him. So.
And Mars is right on. Seth Luttrell does not run gadget plays unless you're talking about a fake punt. But
air raid offense, air raid, and has a lot of running back screens. Stumbling out of the bye.
Well, do you think, Venables talks about it. It's hard to keep these young guys. You got to keep them focused and steal the details. I mean, it's possible they did just kind of took it a little easy, and now it's bitten them in the butt.
Hey, Mars,
I don't think that.
Mars, I think it was you earlier, and correct me if I'm wrong, who said you were confident and frustrated. And I think what you meant, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're frustrated with how the offense has been the last few weeks. You're confident because of Jackson Arnold and some other guys they got. And maybe that Levy's not going to be there. Is that what you meant by that?
Jeremy,
confident and frustrated contradiction dichotomy there?
It's possible that, I mean, I'm pretty confident Levy could throw a great game out there on Saturday, and they could look unstoppable. He's done that before. But I just don't understand the inconsistency. I've never seen an offense that goes from great to pitiful as fast as this offense does. It did it last year, too. Last year. The OSU game last year, they were 28-0 in the first quarter. They didn't score again the rest of the game.
I think Jackson and Hunter and you and I, we talked about it even today. It's hard to be consistent when there's inconsistent as far as personnel out there. It's never consistent out there.
And I'm going to say it again. Changing. And I'm going to say it again. I mean, I don't know if you can put the tweet up here, Hunter, from the coaches show tonight. But Venables said that last play on 4th down, that they had a Rolodex of plays that would be better than that. So I don't know. He didn't say that after the game, but he did say it tonight, apparently. So
yeah,
I don't know. What's the problem with Levy? Do you think can you put all this on experience with Levy? He's just not experienced enough at OC.
I just don't know that if he's a good in-game caller.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know if he's a good, and it's not just that, Jay. I don't know if he's a good caller because even the beginning of games, the first 10 plays, which are usually scripted, are not done very well. And again, I want to make sure we do mention tonight, and we still got 10, 15 minutes of this. Keep these comments coming. We appreciate it. Got the supers on. We thank you guys who have done that already. Make sure you're liking the videos. The basketball team got a nice win tonight against Central Michigan, guys. Super athletic squad. Got to go check them out at the LNC. Got some great guys out of the portal. Going to be fun to watch. Get after you defensively. Going to throw down some dunks. Can shoot pretty well, so get out to the LNC. But, yeah, he called a good game against OSU, but when it mattered, he just forgot. It's the timeliness of the bad calls, man. That's what it is.
Well, it's a couple things with me. It's the timeliness of the calls, and it's the personnel. You can't be the OC, and I don't understand. Is it the position coaches that are putting the personnel out there, or is it Jeff Levy? Which one is it?
Yeah, I would like an answer. I would like someone to
I'd like an answer on that.
Hey,
who is it?
Who just made the comment about basketball? Because we all 100% agree. If Moser doesn't make the tournament this year, get him out of there. You can't make it 3 years in a row and not make it at OU. You've got to get out of it.
They got the talent this year to
no excuse. They're gonna take 9 or 10 teams out of the conference.
It's gonna be a tough conference, but he's got a good athletic team this year, so hopefully that can turn it around. But
yeah, now that is it. Hey, maybe because here's the thing, Timothy. When he defended Levy after the game, he probably had not heard how he threw his son, threw Stoops' son under the bus. That could be it. Now he did. He said, call a different play.
Trap House, I've heard the same thing. Like I've heard Murray puts the running backs. I've heard the same thing. And that's that's also baffling too, because is that causing tension? Like I'm going to put I'd rather this running back play than Levy saying that he doesn't fit what we're doing on this play.
Hey, listen, I'm not and Terry Triton 22 says the same thing, position coaches. I'm not a big reality TV guys. I like to watch some, but I'm not watching The Golden Bachelor, I promise you. But there used to be a show called The Mole. Jay, you remember it?
Yeah.
Where there was one person who would sabotage everything.
Where are you going? Where are you going with this?
I'm not saying that's happening. What I'm saying is what you just said, Jay, when position coach, how does I think the coordinator's got to be the guy who puts the guys out there.
I mean, you got to both. It's got to be a cohesive thing, and I think that's the number one thing you can see with this offense. It's not cohesive.
I guess Nunez decided that, but I don't know why Pettaway's not returning kicks.
Well, Freeman's the guy returning kicks.
Not Bunkley Shelton. The Mole was awesome. Dude, the Mole was one of the best one. I remember the Mr. Bubble scene with the Mole.
Hey, Jeremy, do you know who hosted the Mole?
Anderson Cooper.
He got his start on the Mole. I mean, he was
the Mole guy. Was legit, dude.
He's young.
One of the best.
What do you think? Okay, let me ask you this then. If DeMarco Murray for the running back room is the one that's picking the running backs, what do you think right now about the way they've handled that?
It's not been good, Jay.
Is it injury based, you think, or is it?
It's not injury based because Salchuk wasn't injured. I mean, and yes, it is very hard. Mars Jam and Timothy, it is hard to watch the post game of the gum chewing and then basically throwing some guys under. There's really not a lot of humility there, and he will throw in this comment every now and then. Got to be better. I got to be better. But yeah, the basing it off practice. I don't know who said that. Basing it off practice. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. I don't mind that, but it's not. That can't be the case because if that's the case, why are 6 guys going in there? If it's based on practice, I mean, besides, I thought Caleb Hicks was going to be getting some action. He didn't even make the trip, and I thought he had a good week of practice.
Yeah, there's definitely some. I mean, and then we can move over and talk to Joe John.
Hey, before we do, let's address this. I don't want any rumors to get started. Mike, it was the Twitter account, and Hunter, correct me if I'm wrong, Sooner Surge Hunter on this. Joe C. Jr., I think, is the account. It's not Joe C.
No, that's his son.
It's not Joe C., though. Oh, wait, it does say Joe C. Jr. Okay, Mike did say Joe. I thought he said Joe C. Yeah, Joe C. Jr.
And that's true, Trap House. 100% true there, bud. if we're going to go off practice.
Well, we didn't say all positions. We said running back. DeMarco Murray does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ollie Gordon. Who else recruited Ollie Gordon?
Somebody's been saying. I mean, a lot of people have been saying that the loyalty thing, and I'll say another one. And listen, I think I think Gavin Freeman's really good. I think he's going to be good, but I don't understand why Petaway never gets an action out there in that role. Right? I mean, at least throw him out there for a wide receiver screen. You run 50 wide receiver screens a game. Get him out there for 1 or 2, right?
I agree. He had 9 catches or 10 the first game he played.
And you're right. This is pretty much the answer. I would like Levy to be freaking honest and just, if he says, come out after the last 2 weeks and say, look, the offense has sucked and cost us the game twice. So somebody needs to own up to it.
Shave that nasty neck beard. There does, and now, hey, it's like there's 2 teams. Defensive team, offensive team. Defense doesn't do all that crap. And hey, Ethan, he played against Iowa State, but Jay, one thing we all got to notice here. There is a direct correlation, guys, between early on in the year when the offense was clicking and why it's not now. And I'll tell you one of the correlations.
I know what it is.
What am I going to say?
You're going to say Dylan Gabriel spread the ball around more.
Thank you. 8 to 10 people caught passes early in the year. Not anymore.
Laser focused on the couple guys right now.
When the going gets tough, the eyes get locked. Period. When it's the way it is. Fortunately, Drake Stoops is open a lot. And I throw it to him too, but there are other guys out there who are running down the field that I think need a chance.
Yeah, I mean, that's been something we've talked about for a while, though, Jeremy. I don't think that's changing with Dylan Gabriel.
Part of it is he doesn't have the height to see over down the middle, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're right, Jay.
I'm curious what product we're going to get on Saturday, Jay.
What?
I'm curious what product we're going to get on Saturday night.
You better get a product that gets a dominant win, because this team has to. You get some positives from the year now. Go finish strong, end up 10-2. You got to get positive, man. What was that on Canick?
I absolutely agree. Listen, first off, Canick got benched and wasn't arrested.
Who was playing looser?
DG.
Oh, yeah.
As the pressure is mounted, he's gone back to his guys. That's what you do. You go back to your old habits. Sometimes.
Well, and Jeremy, when has he went south? Since when?
Since the Texas game.
But since what specific thing happened?
You talking about DG?
Yeah.
The UCF?
No. Andrew Anthony went down.
Anthony didn't play against Texas, did he?
First half. He got hurt in Texas game. Hey, his number one receiver he locked eyes on is now gone. Now he's focused on Stoops, but I thought Nick Anderson would be a big part of this offense, but the guy that replaced Anthony doesn't get the ball now. It makes no sense. And Trap House says the Heisman talk. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a lot of things. And I think it's, guys, you got to be quarterback at the University of Oklahoma is a tough position. It's a scrutinized position. Guys, look who you're comparing to. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, all NFL players. That's part of being a quarterback at the University of Oklahoma.
Clark, you're right and you're wrong. Because if they lose Saturday night, they didn't wet the bed. They crapped the bed.
Hey, if they lose Saturday night, there's going to be people wondering if Brent Venables is right for the job.
I agree there are. Hey, Sooner fan, I actually think they have some guys that stretch the field. Brennan Thompson can be his guy down the field. We know Petaway and Thompson are two of the fastest guys. I'm talking track speed too. They can run. Gibson has shown over and over again, guys, that he can beat his guy. He always has his guys beat, and he goes up and makes plays. And Timothy, you're right. He could do the possession, and he could go deep. But I think they do have some of that. I mean, Anderson beat the guy deep and dropped it the other day. That was on Anderson. That was not on DG. That was on Anderson. Wow,
yeah,
90% of the time, wouldn't be surprised.
And that's what I've been saying for 2 years now. And that's why when I made that comment earlier, and Jeremy, I know me and you have had some heated discussions about this. When I said Jeff Lebby has actually made DG look better than he is, the reason I say that is go back to last year against OSU and Texas Tech, the last 2 games of the year when we looked unstoppable in the first half on offense. The guys were so wide open on the first read that, I mean, anybody can make those. And Lebby was calling unbelievable plays. But if Lebby does not call a great play and the first guy's not open, the chances of OU picking up in much yardage is slim to none.
I agree. And look,
it's not working with each other. It's just scattered. The whole offense is scattered.
I agree. And look, we're about out of time. We want to make sure we are, cognizant of time and your time and our time. And we're doing this every night at 9:30. Again, I can't say enough to you guys that are on here nightly to support our channel, to really just let us talk. Thank you so much, Crystal and Tanya for the supers there. We really appreciate it. And again, you guys carry the conversation. We are so appreciative of it. And this is it's fun to talk sports with you, specifically Sooner sports. Great win by the basketball program tonight. You got the Sooner softball team in the last fall ball battle series on Wednesday night. We'll be covering that. Make sure you're subscribed and that you watch the content that we're dropping. Thanks again, guys. We'll get after it again tomorrow night. Oh, yeah, sorry. The battle series is Thursday night. That's right. Thank you, Hunter. Forgot they moved it to Thursday. Yeah, it's scheduled for Thursday. Sorry about that. Yeah, thanks, Trap House, Ray, all you guys, Mike, again, all you guys that have been on here, Easton, everyone. Appreciate it. Till next time, guys. Boomer.
Appreciate y'all.